See, the problem with this jumper is that even though I like it, it makes my lapel mic so much harder to put on. To celebrate the One Piece anime's 25th anniversary, a special episode was made to commemorate the occasion, known as One Piece Fan Letter, a series of stories following the denizens of Sabaody Archipelago, taking place during and before the return to Sabaody arc. And Jesus, it's so fucking good. I cannot stop thinking about this special. It is so good. So good. Too good, even. I would consider this one of the best One Piece things out there. I am in awe of how much this thing gets right in the span of 25 minutes. From the story, the characters, the animation, the themes. It's also... I honestly believe I have no problems with it. I think it's one of the few things I would consider perfect. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Usually when Oda writes a side story in One Piece, it's usually with characters that have a previously established relationship with one of the Straw Hats, be it ally or enemy. But within this special, I think the closest connection that these characters have is hearing about their exploits through newspapers or magazines, or just having brief glimpses of them. These are background characters, ordinary people, people who just live their day-to-day lives in the strange and fantastical world of One Piece. And I absolutely love that. I have a deep appreciation for stories that have low-key stakes but high emotional journeys, and this special just scratches that particular itch. Following these characters really puts in perspective how insane and immense this world is, and really makes you appreciate its size and scope. One of the scenes that illustrates this is the Paramount War scenes. In the beginning, it utilizes these crazy action sequences that are highlighted in these brief flashy shots of beams being fired, swords being swung, fighting moves being performed, your favorite characters being in focus. But it slowly shifts to unknown characters, even those just watching it on screens. From these dynamic and showboaty sequences, it switches to showing it through low-angle shots, making the audience feel smaller and powerless in the midst of these awesome feats of strength and might. It's such a simple yet effective tool in making this world feel so raw and gritty. One of my favourite moments is this silent extreme long shot of the Marine being dwarfed by All's Jr.'s severed foot, mixed in with shots of cowering Marine soldiers, while gunshots and cannon fire echo in the background. It's almost unsettling. Again, it's one of those moments that drags this world into a realistic atmosphere. You forget how traumatic that war must have been, not just for Luffy, but even more so those that aren't super strong or gifted with devil fruit powers. It's reminiscent of Saving Private Ryan in some respects. And yes, I know, guy who's only seen One Piece sees Saving Private Ryan for the first time. This gives me a lot of One Piece vibes here. Yes, I can see the memes. You can put down mimetic. I think the gritty reality of the Paramount War is only matched by the emotional climax of the Marine Brothers storyline. Put through this realistic blend of flashiness and severity, we see the trials and tribulations they get put through, what it took to survive that, how close they came to losing each other, with the added narration of one of the brothers talking about how much they hate the other one, but also how happy he is that he gets to survive, and it's all thanks to Straw Hat Luffy, who lost his brother during the war. It's that dichotomous contrast that makes him empathize with him, coupled with the beautiful, evocative score that just elevates this whole thing. It's just... fuck! And they still have 3 other characters to focus on. Other characters have a bit more of a superficial reason as to why they like Straw Hats, like the bookshop keeper being a fan of Soul King, or the benevolent King of the Waves being a secret fan of Chopper. The faces he makes are so expressive and hilarious, you can't help just being charmed by his adoration. But I mean, who wouldn't be? It's the mixture of being awestruck and the slight guilt he has for being a fan of Chopper that makes him very, very memorable. He's in the short for very few but very precious moments. Honestly, all of them leave some kind of impression on you. Despite one of the stories being a brother's empathy towards Luffy, his trauma surviving the Paramount War, and the theme of brotherhood, it's still somehow not the most emotional story in this anthology. Nah, it goes to this adorable little brat. Throughout the story, she travels to deliver a fan letter to Nami, someone who represents making it through this world with wits and guile, when it's predominantly a world ruled by who's the strongest. It seems simple at first, but the trials that she has to go through, being turned blue by Perona's ghost, cornered by giant bugs, being thwarted by this fucking prick, it endears us to her. It's this writing technique that I talked about in an earlier One Piece video, wherein simplicity allows for complexity. All these various roadblocks and obstacles create this arduous trial that you can't help but root for her to overcome. A bit like the Marine Brothers, but you know, not war. This all relates to what she represents and why she loves Nami so much. That she could go on to do great and wonderful things. That she'll struggle and hurt and be fraught with danger, but it's a small price to pay to live on, to live free, to have a grand adventure. Coupled with this puzzle motif shown throughout the special, highlighting how all these stories fit together, and her sacrifice at the end of ripping her fan letter apart, with the reward being that she gets to see her hero, Nami, laughing gleefully as she sets off for Fishman Island. I mean, fuck! This is a really good story. I never even got into the metatextual themes of the special, the incredible animation, the editing helping to deliver both emotional and comedic moments, but I want to strike while the iron's hot. And I didn't, but still. I hope this helps illustrate why I think One Piece fan letter is the best. No, yeah, that's it. Why One Piece fan letter is the best. Hey, you know what? This is sort of like a fan letter to One Piece fan letter.